Hey everybody, it's Anthony from Into the Darkroom, and I'm going to go over the design options for your Rochester blog site. And the first thing I'm going to do in the back of WordPress, I'm going to go into the ITDR admin located right over here in the navigation. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go into the design section of the ITDR admin. So when you're in here, if you want to go ahead and choose this drop down, it can take you to the different sections. Right now I'm in the design section and I'm in the settings tab. And the first thing I want to show you is this theme color. So Rochester is kind of interesting because it has these watercolory graphics right here. And if you want to change these colors, we have some preset colors for you. So you can just use the drop down and select the color. We have canary yellow, we have a gray, we have a lavender, etc. And so you can just change the color that we have preset there. You also have the ability to change the body background color, which is just the main body here that you'll see it's white right now. We have the social icon color, which if you scroll to the top, you're going to see your social icons, and you can change that color. And you have the sub-navigation background color. So if you just roll over an item, it's the background color here. Now to change any of these colors, all you have to do is either just type in the hex code right here. So if you have very specific branded colors, you can grab them from Photoshop or whatever you use and type the hex code in there. Or you can just use the color picker. Come in here, click on an item, and it'll change the color. So now we have the blog width. So this is the amount of pixels in width that this blog is actually set to. You can make your blog a bit more narrow, wider. We have our set to 1050. And then the next thing I want to show you is the border color. So it's kind of hard to see in this view, but there's a border that wraps around this blog, and that's the border color. You have your navigation link padding, and that's going to be the padding, the amount of space between your buttons. So if you want that to get larger, you can increase it. Smaller, you can decrease it. And then if we go to the contact page, we have our contact page sidebar width, which is going to be right here. So this is the width in pixels of the sidebar. And then we have the form field border color, and that form field border color is going to be this color that wraps around right here. And the background color is going to be the color that's inside that border. And then you have the footer border color, which will be located at the bottom, and that'll be this area right here. So that's the general settings. And if we scroll back to the top and we go to homepage, and then we click on the logo tab, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the logo. So right now you can see that we have Rochester right here as our logo. It's just typed in. It's using our default font that we have in there for Rochester. So you can just come in here and type your studio name if you don't have a logo yet, or you might be redesigning your logo and you just want something simple in there. You can go ahead and type it in there. If you type it in there, you have some options. You can go ahead and change the color here, and you can change the size of it. So you'll have some flexibility on what you type in there and how big and what color it is. If you have your own font that you want to use, and I cover how to upload fonts in a different area of the documentation, but you can go ahead and upload a font here by clicking Upload New, and there's a specific way to do it, so you're going to want to find those directions. And then you have, if you already have a logo and you have a PNG or a JPEG file, you can just upload it right here. So you click Upload New, and it'll upload the JPEG or JPEG or PNG file, and the logo will be located right here. So you have a couple options in your logo tab. Now let's go ahead and go to the home. There's an intro box title background color, and that color is going to adjust items like this, some of these background colors that we have in here. So just be aware of that if you're looking to change up those colors. On the blog, you have the space between the post images, so that's just going to be any of the space that you have. Let's go to the blog page. That's in between the images. Some people like a lot of space between their images, some people just like a little bit of space. So if you look at any of the space in here, it's going to be this space. If you want it to be more space, you just increase the number. Less space, you decrease the number. Again, the fonts I cover in a different section, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over to the backgrounds. And the background, what you're going to notice is we have used the default background. There's a little bit of a background in here, and you can see it right here. And so if you want to use that, you can. If you don't want to use it, you mark that as false, and you can upload your own background and decide if you want to have it full frame or tile or whatever it is. So we have some options in there. So If you use it, you mark true and it'll appear. If you don't want to use it, you mark false. You can upload your own background. Or if you just want a solid color, you can go ahead and change these colors here. You'll notice that we have two colors. We have a top color and a bottom color. And the reason that we have that is so that they can be a gradient. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as false. Click Save. And you'll notice that I have a white blending into white. But if I were to change this to a green and click Save, you're going to see that it blends white into green. And so if you want some sort of gradient in your background, you have that option to do that as well. So I'm going to click True and click Save. And those are the options for your design. So if you do have any additional questions or we didn't cover something in this video, check the documentation. We do have additional documentation on things like fonts and how to set up your homepage and so on. But if you do have questions, go ahead and put in a support ticket, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much.